If you haven't read Red Rising and you're into the Hunger Games, especially with the Hunger Games Renaissance happening right now, I would do it. It's very Hunger Games adjacent. It feels like the Hunger Games after the first 100 pages. Of course, dystopian government. This government has a caste system. There's the ones at the bottom, there's the ones in the middle, there's the ones at the top. Same dystopian like formula, but it's actually done pretty well. It's a good 4 out of 5 for a book. It had its ebbs and flows where it would get a little boring for me and then it would get really, really good and then but that's normal. So basically, Darrow, the main character, is born into the red caste system, and they're the lowest of the low, and gets fed all the government propaganda, and he doesn't really think twice about it because he's lived his whole life and he's comfortable. Like, yeah, it kind of sucks to be a red, but he's like, well, I have my friends, I have my family, I don't care. Inciting incident happens, and then he starts to care that he's a red and that he doesn't want to live as a red anymore. So then he's like, you know what? I feel like this has to stop. This has to end. We have to figure out a way to not continue this way of living. Same thing like Dystopian Hero, but it was done pretty well. It's a very strategy based book. The author never makes it easy for the main character to defeat the person that they're going against or their opponent. There always has to be some sort of strategy, and they always have to figure out how to beat their opponent. And then you have like a cast full of like interesting characters, and they're also well developed, and they all have their own personality. It's a good 4 out of 5. I read part of it when I was on the plane, and then when I would get to my hotel room, I would just listen to the audiobook when I'd be getting ready for work or anything. And the audiobook person actually did a really good job with most of the emotions for the characters, and it kept me engaged most of the time.